Hi everyone, it's Becca here. I hope you're having a great day so far. Now, you may recognise who's going to be joining me in this live today. So it's Keanna MacInnes. Not only is she a mobile nail tech, which is a hard enough job in itself, right? But she's also a Team GB swimmer. She was in the Paris Olympics this year, got back yesterday, I believe, and so she's going to be joining us today to talk all about her careers, her mobile business, and so much more. We shared a video of her amazing Olympic nail look a few weeks ago, so you may recognise her from that. But let's add her in below, and I can ask Keanna for us. So hopefully you should be adding in now. Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Very
So
good.
thank you so much for joining us today.
No worries. Yeah. Thank you
That's,
so much for inviting me. Yeah, I was really excited when you guys caught
oh,
on to my nail look. Yeah.
it's fantastic. And so you got back from the games yesterday. How was the experience?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I think like from a swimming standpoint and sort of like how I performed and things, I think loads of emotional ups and downs. My first event was the 100 fly, which I hadn't originally planned to enter. And I made the semi-final in that. So like that was for me like amazing in itself. And I think getting to experience that first semi-final without any sort of pressure on myself was probably one of my favorite moments of the games, just because I got to walk out and fully like, I mean, it was a 17,000 people crowd, like it was insane. And had my family in the stands and things, and I managed to even like wave and things, so find them in the crowd. So that was amazing. And then I don't know, there's a lot of speculation about how this is going about, but yeah, I tested positive for COVID,
Oh,
like
wow.
in between my 100 and my main event. And we'd been told to keep that quiet at the time, obviously, for sort of strategical reasons, almost
Yeah.
for Team GB and things. But yeah, so I'd say that was quite like, I guess, quite stressful at the
Yeah.
time. I didn't get too many symptoms. Like I think I was one of the luckier ones. It was sort of like a cough and like a headache. And I think Team GB dealt with it pretty well. Like we were all wearing masks, and I think most of the swimmers sort of caught on to that. So
Yeah.
on the buses, like all the countries were wearing masks to and from the pool, sort of thing, to sort of limit that illness. And then yeah, my 200 fly, I was a little bit gutted because I missed the final in that, but again, yeah, it's my first Olympics and a semi-final was insane. And yeah,
Yeah.
I was just couldn't believe like the whole arena and things. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm trying to think of other like sort of good insights for the village and things as well. I think like in the village, I think a lot of people don't know there's so many like services and things. So like there is like nail techs,
Oh,
hairdressers. You can get tattoos in the village. Yeah, it's
wow.
insane. There's a there was like a stand where you could go and get your like photo printed on top of a Costa coffee, like onto the foam, which is really
Wow.
cool.
I want that
Yeah.
just in my life.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think the only negative about the village was the food, which seemed to go about as
Yeah.
well. But other than that, the village was absolutely insane.
I think, oh, wow. I mean, being your first games, you must have gone and think, I don't know what to expect. And it sounds like a different world.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're warned quite a lot going out there that there's lots of temptations and things in the village. So like for example, the Costa, like there's a Corona thing where you can go and get a golden Corona bottle like engraved with your name and things and stuff. And things like that. It's just leaving them till after you're done racing. Like we
Yeah.
finished in the first week, so we had a full week to sort of explore the village and do all these things afterwards. And it can be so easy to get caught up and want to go about the village, but like that again wastes so much emotional and physical energy just doing that. So I think, yeah, it is indescribable, like the village experience. But yeah, I think we all did. The British guys did a good job of sort of saving it till afterwards.
Yeah, well done for that. And I mean, tell us about your nail look, because obviously we shared the nail look you created, but I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah, so I think like on the lead up to the games, like the swimmers absolutely love having their nails done. Sort of everyone's speaking like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Um, so it's kind of like we were all trying to decide whether we wanted to go sort of British flags and things. It can be quite, like, I guess, in your face. So I think a lot of the girls either went for just British colours or um, yeah, they'd maybe get a little design on them or whatever. So I knew I wanted to not do a British flag because I thought it was just a bit too much. But again, only for every 4 years you get to go to the games, so
Yeah,
I definitely wanted the rings on my nails. I was like,
yeah,
I can do the British look whenever I go to Worlds,
yeah.
Europeans, and all that. So I was really keen to have the rings on my nails. And it was just I was trying to figure out a way to do that basically
Mm.
because I'd seen some be done where it's obviously a circle, like there's circles, and it's pretty difficult to do. So
Yeah,
I did go down the route of finding like nail decals and like printing that off, and that worked really well, I think. And then I freehanded the rest of the design, which I kind of just went like a sort of geometric
yeah,
red, white, and blue design. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, nail looks have been huge this Olympics, especially. They always are, but I mean, this year people went crazy for it.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, like biabs, like big up and coming, and I think especially in swimming that can be quite beneficial. Just because like acrylic can be quite brittle and it's very porous, so it can snap quite easily in the pool. So I think like now that biabs up and coming and like people can almost like grow their natural nails, yeah, we're almost encouraged to grow our nails in swimming. I guess almost it's like millimeter extra of catch that you can get in the water. Any advantage.
Exactly. And I mean, yeah, that's such a good point. And also, I mean, water can you know, take its toll on nails. So, what do you do to sort of make sure your nails are strong to withstand that?
Yeah, so like as I said, I sort of like am qualified in using acrylic and things, but I've kind of specialized more into biab just because most of the people's nails I do are swimmers,
Yeah.
and it's less porous, so again the chlorine is less likely to sort of
Mm,
penetrate biab. So I think just making sure again it's a good top coat that you're
mm,
using, and that you're using loads of moisturizer and cuticle oil after you swim and things, just to
yeah,
sort of rehydrate and give your nails that extra strength.
definitely. So let's go back to the beginning. Tell us how you got into swimming and then where nails came into that.
So I started swimming pretty much just as like a life skill, I guess. Like it's such an important skill to have to be able to
Yeah,
swim. And then also, my big sister was a diver and she'd gone into diving, and obviously you need to be able to swim to then go into diving, and I'd wanted to do that as well. So I did do diving and I did a lot of other sports when I was growing up. And I think just swimming was like the one I was best at. Like I'd started breaking national records and stuff when I was like 11 or 12 years old. So I think just being good at something almost sort of pushes you in into that way a bit more. And then with nails, basically one of the other girls on the British team had told me that she had qualified in being a nail tech. Um, and I was like, that would be so like useful because we travel so much basically. So it's like quite difficult to find somewhere that does your nails abroad, and then also it can be really expensive in different
yeah,
countries as well. So I was like, well, that would be such a good, I guess, skill to have. So I'd kind of had to put it off for like a whole year because we don't have enough time off during training to be able to do like one of the courses. So I'd
yeah.
put it off for a whole year until my sort of break in summer at the end of the year. And then I qualified. And then I was like, well, I might as well get insured and everything so I can do other people's nails basically. Again, for like traveling, it's just so useful. Like at the games, I fixed quite a few people's broken nails, and there was a couple of people that one had their nails done, but they'd got like a sort of basic French tip, and they decided they wanted something more
Yeah.
Olympic-y on them. So I added sort of those designs onto those. And yeah, one of the boys even like was like, "Can I please get like my nails done?" Like wanted to get into the Olympic spirit almost. And then yeah, there was another girl who I did her full set of nails because she hadn't had them done going out. So I think yeah, I just started almost for myself just because it's so useful to have when you're traveling so much. But then I found that there's loads of swimmers that kind of need that too.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you're the resident nail tech in Team GB.
Yeah.
And so tell us about your mobile business and sort of how you've established that.
So again, I sort of qualified for myself, and then I was like practicing on myself and realizing that I couldn't change my nails enough to get enough practice in, basically. Like I was like, it's such a waste to do my nails and then take them off and do them
Yeah.
again. So I sort of started offering people to like just do theirs for free to begin with, to like get the practice in, because again, when you qualify, like you've just not got quite the same skill set. So I just wanted to get as much practice and things in as I could. Um, so I was just practicing on friends and things, and then as I got better and uh, started to believe.
Oh, yeah, you come back. We've got them.
Um, yeah, as I sort of did that, I like as nail polish is just so expensive, I just started charging sort of. I still charge pretty cheaply for what it is. But yeah, it's again just I quite enjoy doing it,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of trying not to make myself too busy with it. I'm trying to keep it sort of low pressure so that I'm still enjoying it, and it is sort of like a side income because I'm still a full-time student, as well as a swimmer, like full-time athlete. So I think it'll be really beneficial in the sort of when I graduate from this degree, before I want to retire from swimming, it'll be good maybe to get a space in a salon
Yeah.
somewhere. But yeah, for now I'm sort of just mobile just because it means that there's less pressure on it just now, so I can just choose who and when I want to do it.
Definitely. And can I ask what you're studying?
So I'm on my second degree actually. So I did
Oh,
psychology first of all, and now I'm doing art and design. So that like ties in really well
yeah.
with the nail stuff. Yeah, I just enjoy studying, and again, I didn't want to be just swimming on its own. I thought I like quite like having the distraction of having something to do. So again, I think when I finish art and design at uni, I think that going into having like a little side job as like a nail tech would be really helpful.
Amazing. So how do you juggle everything? I mean, you've got so much going on. You're doing so well in all of it.
um, yeah, I think just as a swimmer, like growing up, especially as like an age group swimmer when you're still at school,
Mm.
you just have so much on your plate that you just sort of get used to it. I'd say school is probably what prepared me so much for, I guess, adult life, because you've got training you before you go to school at like 4:30 in the morning, and then you go to school all day, and then you've got to fit in another training session in the evening alongside homework and like dinner and all that. So I think, yeah, I think being at school and swimming then helped me so much with my time management
Mm.
skills. And I think now that I'm at uni, and I found that being busy just helps me keep in a flow of things. So yeah, I think just for me, being busy does just work for
Yeah.
me.
You're one of the people that can just cope with it, which is great.
Yeah.
And so, what does a typical day look like for you then? Where does everything sort of fit in?
Yeah, so I train twice a day most days, like in the morning and then in the evening. Um, I've got Wednesday afternoon off, and then Saturday afternoon and all of Sunday off. Um, so that's the sort of times that I'd mainly try and fit in people if I was trying to do their nails. And then on top of that, we do gym on Mondays and Fridays. And then I've got uni just whenever my class is sort of fitting in the week. So it's sort of juggling it. And I think that both uni are really accommodating in allowing me to sort of adjust my schedule and things and miss classes where I need to. And then also like the coaches are just pretty understanding and things as well. Like I think they know that I do want to be there and that I do have the commitment. So it's like just moving stuff about where it has to be moved about.
Yeah, definitely. And so, tell us a little bit about some of your favourite nail designs to create then.
Yeah, so I really like doing sort of like intricate designs. Like I think French nails are my enemy. I'm still trying to get the hang of French tips. I think I've learned how to do them quite well on like square shaped nails and things, but
Yeah.
again, I'm still practicing on like different shapes. I did one of the British girls. She wanted French tips for the games, and I was like, ooh. But yeah, no, I
Oh,
definitely, yeah, I know. I definitely enjoy like making like little art like things. I get lots of inspiration from loads of other nail techs that like on Instagram and things. Yeah, I I think I'm quite good with like a fine liner, and I've got really good at using my left hand to do my right hand when I'm right-handed.
Oh, that's amazing. I think you're saying about that you do the nails of a lot of swimmers. I think a lot of people think with sport you can't have like traditionally you can't have lovely nails, but you can have some amazing designs, can't you?
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's just I guess making sure you take proper care of them and like are using cuticle oil and things each day. And I think again, keeping them at a relatively manageable length. I think mine, like you can see, mine are like an all right length. Like they're not super short, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't like to have them so long. I think getting used to using them like in the gym and when you're in the pool can be a bit difficult at first. But yeah, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, definitely. And so looking forward, what are your hopes, for swimming, for nails? Where do you hope to be?
Yeah, so I've still got a year left of my uni degree that I'm currently doing. And then when I graduate from that, as I said, like I would love to go into maybe having a little space in a salon, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, alongside swimming, just as something to do as well, more than anything else. And also, I guess, to supplement my income because we get funding from UK sport like lottery funding. So yeah, again, everyone that plays like the national lottery, like that's such a benefit to athletes, which I think a lot of people don't know. That's where like all the British teams funding comes from.
Oh,
Um, and then yeah, I do hope to go on to 2028. I think that will be like an absolutely insane games. Like even in France, we were saying pretty much you could when you were in the stadium, you could either be in France or you could have been in America just because there were so many American fans out there and they're so loud.
yeah.
So I think that yeah, I think America will definitely put on a good games.
Oh, that's so exciting, isn't it? It will come around before we know it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And we'll definitely have to see. So, what sort of area are you based in? Because I'm sure there's lots of nail techs that will see this that will want to hit you up after this.
Yeah, I'm based in Stirling in Scotland, so sort of around central Scotland area.
Yeah, amazing. Well, please, salons, do get in touch because that'd be great for you to have your own space.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, definitely. I'd love to be able to. I feel like I'm so new to it that I don't really know how to sort of get in touch with salons and find out about spaces. But yeah, I guess that's something I'll be able to look into in the
Yeah,
future.
definitely. Well, it's been so amazing chatting to you and hearing all about what it's like being at the Olympics.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
And we can't wait to see where your nail journey takes you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.